there it is. There's my M1114 that I purchased over 2 months ago. I can't believe this. These guys brought this tiny little trailer with these little tiny wheels to pick up that fuel pump system. These guys should load that for them. That's dangerous. They're not going to get home safely with that thing. Anyways, there we go. All right, welcome back to the shop. So yesterday we went and picked this up at GovPlanet, and then we had some fun out in the desert and whatnot. And we got home kind of late last night, so came out this morning to get this thing off the trailer. So I didn't really plan on buying this one. I was watching a bunch of them come up, and I just put some real low bids on them, and I just got this one kind of by accident. I wasn't really trying, but I got a real good price on it, so I can't complain. And I'm looking at it. It's seen some salt water for sure. It's got some rust on it, which I'm not super happy about. But overall, the condition doesn't look too bad. It's only got about 800 miles on it. Let's see. Yeah, it's only 800 something miles, but that is a lot for a military vehicle. You'd think it would be nothing, but these things get worked pretty hard. It was an MCTAGS, so it was built in the late 90s, and then it went up and got up armored and had a turret put on it, had a gun ring put on it, and didn't get used very much, obviously. But then when it came back, before they sold it, they had to pull the turret off, so they took the center brace off. They took all the armor plating off the sides and stuff like that. So my goal today on this one is to get it running and get it off my trailer. You can see some of the issues here. They took the start switch, which that's not a huge problem. They took the blinker switch, or I'm sorry, the headlight switch, but that's not a big problem either. They took the blinker switch. I've got all that stuff, so that's not an issue. I'm just going to hook this stuff back up, check the oils, the fluids, whatever, and put some batteries in it, see if I can get this thing running. Just kind of a funny thing that they do. Some moron in the Pentagon thinks that you can demill something by taking the engine breather off. Every Humvee I've ever worked on or picked up from there, they've taken the engine breather, they either cut it with a sawzall or like a grinder or something like that, or they smash the crap out of it. Like, why do they do that? It's just waste. Now I have to go buy a new one. It's not a big deal, I can get one, but what does that do for demilling it? I don't understand. Maybe somebody that knows can tell me. That's pretty stupid. But overall, it's not a bad looking Humvee. I like the slant back, I really do, but I'm planning on taking it off. I wasn't sure at first when I bought it if I was going to take the slant back off, but when I got in there and looked at it, underneath the air conditioning unit back there, it's totally rusted out. The whole side of the slant back's rusted out inside. So unless I can just gut that and leave it hollow there without the AC back there, then there's a chance I can leave it, but it's probably coming off. I'm not sure yet. It depends what I'm going to do for a top and everything too. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I'm going to keep it a four-door, or keep it a slant back, or make it a truck, I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of leaning towards making it into a truck, and I've got some cheap seats for it and stuff, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It's got a rear winch on it, hydraulic winch, so I'm going to need to get a controller for that. Missing a tail light. It's not a big deal. I've got one in the shop. You can see what the rust did. You can tell someone had this out in the ocean and they did not wash it when they were done. It's got a little bit of salt damage. Look at these chains back here. That's obvious salt damage right there. The tires are okay. They're old. If I do anything serious with this, I'll have to put new tires on it for sure. I'll just kind of look around at this thing, see what we got. You can see some of the electronics here. There's a breaker here that's been disconnected. There's some wiring disconnected, and I believe that was all probably the stuff for the gun ring that was up here, and for the canopy part that's missing. Everything in the battery box looks okay. It's all there. It is missing the battery box cover, which kind of sucks because that's got a tag on there for the update, for the upfitting. So I don't have that data anymore, but I do have the VIN tag that's on there still. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get these straps off, and then I'll get some more video just kind of checking the fluids, doing a little bit of work to it and getting it off this trailer. So let's go. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the hood up and we're going to check the fluids and see what we got for that. If the fluids are good, then I'm just going to go right to the next step, throw some batteries in it, and then we'll see if we can get this thing to start. So let's get this thing opened up. All right, let's get into this thing. This is coming out of the passenger side. You can see they took the air filter off. It's in the back, and they took the stack off. So they did keep those. Fortunately, they didn't just throw those in the steel bin. So I just got to put the air filter back on. You can see where they took the engine breather off right here. That's a great way to demill something. Can't use it anymore now. So pulling the doghouse off inside, you can get a good view of the back of the engine. Here's the turbo, the wastegate valve. It's got a heat shield right here. Then you can see this is the other side of where that breather goes right here. All right, let's pull this off on the reservoir, see if we got any coolant. There's a little bit in there. It's kind of low, but it's got some in there. That's good. Pull the trans dipstick out. Oh yeah, smells good too. Bright red, smells good. We'll climb back over to the other side. We'll check the engine oil and see what we got. I love the size of the alternators on these things. Thing's bigger than a friggin' Toyota engine, you know what I mean? All right, let's get this engine oil dipstick out. I'm gonna have to wipe that off and check. It looks kind of low. Looks like there might just be some on the tip. All right, I wiped it off. Put it back in there. Let's see what we got. There is nothing on there. I just got a piece of tie wire, and I'm just gonna, I made it just a little longer than the dipstick. I'm just gonna kind of add about 2 inches to the end, make myself a little loop at this end, and I'm gonna dip it in to see if we have oil. If I don't get anything with about 2 more inches on there, then I'm just gonna have to pull the plug and see what we have. All right, so here's my makeshift dipstick. I'm gonna go ahead and run it down in there. Pull it back out. And I do have oil in there, so it's just a little low. It's just enough right off the stick. So at least I know I can start this thing. It won't be a problem. I'm not going to run it too much like that. Just enough to get it started and get off the trailer. And then I'll be going through this thing and flushing all the fluids anyways. So, all right, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put the batteries in, and we'll see if we can hot wire this thing. I might have a switch laying around. I'm not sure. If I do, I'll just put the switch in and be able to go from there. If not, they're real easy to hot wire. All right, we get these things on here. I'll put that ground on last, actually. This is be a positive right here. These batteries are temporary. I just had these laying around for something else, and find something that fits in here better later. Okay, I get that one. All right, that's tight enough to start it. Just hoping that the electronics or electrical that's unhooked back here isn't for the starting system. It may be. I'm going to hook this breaker back up just to see if I don't know if that's for the vehicle or if it's going to be for just for the gun ring stuff. Okay, so I went and looked in the shop and I found an ignition switch. So I'll go ahead and hook that up here, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing started, hopefully. Okay, I've got the switch hooked up. I haven't even tried starting it yet. I just turned it just real quick to see if I have power. I do. My glow plug light was working. So let's see what happens. Seen any oil pressure yet. I have to check out the fuel lines and stuff like that. I smelled the tank. It smells like it's got it smells like Jet A, like it's got jet fuel in it. I have to check a few more things out, I guess, and then once I get it going, I'll bring you guys along. All right, well, here's a small problem. Got some fluid leaking here. I'm assuming it's steering fluid. Maybe not. It's coming from the coolers over here. I have to see if we have a loose hose or if one of the coolers is ruptured or something like that. Yeah, I can't really tell looking in here right now. I'm gonna have to move some stuff out of the way. Looks like it's that, could be that one hose right there. Looks just more like steering fluid or hydraulic oil. This thing does have a hydraulic winch on it, so there may be a cooler for that up there, I don't know. But I'm gonna have to dig into this thing farther to figure out what that is. That kind of stinks. So I guess I won't be driving this off the trailer today. I'll probably just have to pull it off and then we'll push it over where we want to work on it. These things, you never know what you're gonna get. And usually I look at them real deep into it to see what I'm gonna be buying, if it's something I really want to buy. This one I kind of bought on accident. It's not a big deal. I can fix whatever I need to fix on this thing. So that's what we're gonna do. So you can look forward to a lot more videos on working on this M1114 MCTAGS US Marine Corps Humvee. Built back in the late 90s and then upfitted about, I think, like 10 years later, 15 years later, something like that. So anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button just to help out, please, and share the video if you have any friends that are interested in this kind of stuff, and subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you. Have a good day. Holy crap, the guy almost hit me with the thing. All right, so that's just one more video on picking up a Humvee from GovPlanet. After picking it up, we came out here to the Calico Mountains. You can see how beautiful this place is. There's Sweet Hog Rock right there, if you guys haven't seen that before. And we came out here, shot about $1,000 for the lead, probably. Really washed the color out. All right, so we've got this thing loaded up. We went down and got some lunch over at the big candy shop there along the 15, and now we're up here in Mule Canyon. It's up near Calico, Ghost Town. It's the Calico Mountains up here. You can tell by the color of all the different rocks and stuff. That's why they call these the Calico Mountains. So we came up here, and we've got a couple toys over here in the back of the truck. Can play with those for a little bit because can't really go home right now. We'll be sitting in like 4 hours of traffic on a 2-hour drive. So we brought a few things to play with, and got a range set up over here.